Now on WRDE Coast TV.
A breezy and cooler Friday is expected today with high surf and dangerous rip currents from distant Hurricane Lee. I'll break down the impacts and have your weekend forecast coming up.
Underway happened just hours ago, the historic walkout by union auto workers.
Paying to park nearing an end. We show you where and when you can begin to park for free this weekend in our beach communities.
There goes the ball wide open. It is Smith again, all the way for the touchdown.
A 2-0 start for the Birds. The Eagles survive a wild Thursday night game in their home opener.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
Friday, September 15th, 2023. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. I'm Paige Marley.
And thank you for being up with us during this 5 o'clock hour. Paige,
Yeah?
did I mention it's Friday?
You can mention it as many times as you want.
I will.
Happy Friday. And a lot going on this weekend.
We've got plenty going on,
Yeah,
including football watching.
That's, a lot of that happening this
Couch
weekend.
sitting.
Yeah, couch sitting. That's right. We have some outdoor events as well, but we'll get to those later
Yes.
on. We'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahy to help you prepare for today and your weekend. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Matt and Paige. I like to call it a finally Friday because it's finally here. You need the windbreaker out the door. It's brisk out there, and we're seeing clear skies right now across Delmarva. But look at the clouds lurking from Hurricane Lee offshore, kind of the outer bands here. Hurricane Lee's looking a little worse for wear. Latest check, 85-mile-per-hour winds moving north at 16 miles per hour. And it will miss us. The direct impacts will, but not the indirect impacts. 50s and 60s out the door. 57 in Delmar, 57 in Seaford, 55 in Greenwood, and 60s along the coast. And feeling cooler with the brisk north wind, especially along the coast where it's about 15 to 20 miles per hour and gusting even higher than that. So grab the windbreaker out the door. It will be a breezy day, and by noon temperatures in the low 70s, 60s along the beach. Maybe you're checking out the big waves, and they will be out there for sure. And dangerous rip currents as well. 70s into the afternoon, so cooler and breezy, but lots of sunshine. A beautiful day across the area as temperatures rise into the 70s, but we have the high waves and dangerous rip currents from Hurricane Lee. I'll talk about that in your weekend forecast coming up.
Breaking news this morning, workers at a Jeep Wrangler plant in Toledo, Ohio are on strike. It's the deadline set by the union to reach a new contract expired. It's one of 3 locations that went on strike within the past few hours. The walkouts involve more than 12,000 workers and marks the first time in the union's more than 80-year history that it has struck all 3 Detroit automakers at once.
Hopefully this will inspire the companies to get us a fair deal at the table. If not, I'm sure that you'll see more of this at other locations.
And the plant struck by the union produced popular mid-sized trucks, off-roading SUVs, and commercial vans.
We have some news now from Georgetown, and it is a tragic situation there. One person has died in a house fire that happened yesterday morning on East Market Street.
Yeah, when firefighters got to the home that we're going to show you on your screen, the Georgetown Fire Company says they were able to rescue an 87-year-old and an 18-month-old. Fire marshal says later the 87-year-old victim was pronounced dead in an emergency room. The 18-month-old was flown to New Mers Children's Hospital in Wilmington and is in critical condition.
Yes, the fire marshal saying heavy fire damage was estimated at $300,000. State fire investigators and detectives from the Georgetown Police Department are still working to determine that cause.
We're going to check out the scene this morning in Rehoboth Beach. This is the Route 1 split in Church Street. Not much activity going on right now, and happening today. It's the final day that you'll have to pay for summer season parking in several of our beach communities.
So we're going to take a look at which areas where you can park for free starting tomorrow.
Right, and we'll start in Rehoboth Beach. Meter parking ends at 10 p.m. All other parking on streets is done at 5 p.m.
Pay to park ends tonight in Dewey Beach.
In Bethany Beach tonight, you'll have to pay until 11 p.m. if you are parking from Hollywood Street to 1st Street, and until 8 p.m. in other areas.
Fenwick Island's paid parking runs until midnight.
And in South Bethany, free parking begins after 5 p.m. No need for the mobile parking app starting Saturday the 16th.
And we wanted to know which beach communities will have parking beyond this weekend, so here's what we found. Local summer will have to wait in Lewis. Paid beach parking lasts until the end of the month and even longer downtown. October 15th is the first day when parking is free there. You will have to pay to park in Ocean City until September 30th after it dials back to Friday through Sunday until November 1st. That's the same policy for parking at the inlet.
Developing news out of Ocean City, where the Maryland Department of Transportation is restarting improvements of the Route 50 bridge. Work will be done under the bridge, including repairs to the drawbridge panels and access hatches. This project is not expected to have an impact on traffic. However, in the early part of next year, Maryland Department of Transportation plans to start working on corroded sidewalks. The work in 2024 may cause some lane closures. Fireworks before the Thursday night game in Philadelphia as the Eagles kicked off week 2 of the NFL season against the Vikings. DeAndre Swift rushed for 175 yards, including this big run that set up the Birds' final touchdown of the night. The Eagles get the win. They're now 2-0 to start the season, and we'll have more on this game later on CoastTV News Today.
Happening today, Rehoboth Beach commissioners are reviewing the contract bids received to convert street lights on Rehoboth Avenue to LED lights. Bidding was opened August 22nd, and 3 businesses submitted plans. The bid that is being recommended is the one that costs the least, over $83,000 from BW Electric. Nearly 3 years ago, these type of lights were installed on Wilmington and Baltimore Avenues.
President Biden's son, Hunter, has been indicted on federal gun charges.
The latest move in a years-long probe, and it marks the first time a sitting president's son has been indicted. NBC's Bree Jackson shows us how lawmakers from both sides are reacting to the news and what could be to come for the president's son.
President Biden's son, Hunter, on 3 criminal counts related to federal gun charges.
This isn't the crime of the century. This was basically making false statements about drug addiction in order to get a firearm.
This comes just 2 months after his plea deal fell apart. An attorney for the president's youngest son says the charges are unwarranted and claims prosecutors are bending to political pressure. The special counsel overseeing the case declined to comment. Republicans say the charges did not go far enough.
And ironically, that's the one crime that he committed that you cannot tie Joe Biden into. So we'll see what happens with the other 11 or so crimes that the president's sons committed.
Democrats are coming to the Biden family's defense.
We all have people in our families who have had challenges in life and addiction and have broken laws. I don't think it reflects on the president in any way.
The indictment of the sitting president's son comes as his 2024 re-election campaign ramps up toward a possible rematch with former President Trump, who has been hit with multiple indictments himself.
The presumption of innocence operates for both of them. Due process rights operate for both of them. And, we shouldn't take delight in other people's misfortunes, but we have to have a rule of law.
If convicted, Hunter Biden faces a maximum penalty of 25 years in prison. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
Hunter Biden's attorney says they'll fight the charges. In a statement, they claim Hunter possessing an unloaded gun for 11 days was not a threat to public safety. This does bring us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know, will Hunter Biden's indictment hurt President Biden's re-election?
Let's take a look at those updated results. So far, pretty close here. 57% of you saying yes, you think this will hurt President Biden's re-election. 43% of you saying no. So obvious winner there, but still pretty close. You can still vote if you haven't yet. Just head to WRDE.com or our mobile app, and we'll show you some updated results later on in our newscast. All right, well, the shutdown, it's looming, and the deadline is getting closer by the minute. Washington, D.C. is once again staring into the face of a financial dilemma.
Yeah, if some sort of deal isn't made by the end of the month, government will have to close its doors. President Joe Biden, while promoting his namesake economic policy, Bidenomics, blasted the Republicans for what he's calling MAGA-nomics.
All right, while key indicators such as inflation, the price of gas, and the price of groceries are all considerably higher, though, since Biden took office in January of 2021. We still have plenty more news to get to this morning on CoastTV News Today.
Now, coming up, Paige, protecting farm soil, the money being made available to local farmers.
Also, Hurricane Lee causing dangerous rip currents along our beaches. The impact these waves could have on your weekend.
And roadway danger in Millsboro. 2 separate crashes that required the response of emergency crews. CoastTV News Today. It's back after this.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, relate to those universal mom moments. Feast your eyes and your taste buds on the Tide Rooms at a shore resort. And the TikTok trend that's popping off, rainbow popcorn on the cob. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
The Rehoboth Beach and Dewey Beach Chamber of Commerce and the Sea Witch Snapper invite you to celebrate 33 years of fun at this year's Sea Witch Festival. This award-winning event takes place in Rehoboth Beach, Dewey Beach, and the resort area October 27 through 29. Join Hilda, the Sea Witch Balloon, as she makes her way down Rehoboth Avenue during Saturday's costume parade. Bring the kids, your folks, and even the dog. Find more information and a schedule of activities at beach-fun.com.
Thinking about upgrading your bath or shower? Fast Buy Spice Brothers is making it easy with a limited time offer.
Right now, receive $1,000 off your new shower or bath. Save 50% off installation, plus 0% financing with no payments until 2025.
Choose your favorite style and color, and it can be installed in as little as 1 day.
Have peace of mind with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty and factory certified 5-star installation guaranteed.
So before you sign, keep Bath by Spice Brothers in mind. Ever have a day that just couldn't get any worse? Meet Tyler, the champion of chaos.
Having a day that's gone from bad to worse. When life throws you a string of unfortunate events, the Law Office of Trapp Nickel is here to provide a helping hand. Our experienced workers' compensation team is here to fight for your rights and help shape your misfortune into meaningful compensation.
If you've been injured at work, don't wait. Get the justice you deserve.
The Law Office of Trapp Nickel. Your priority is our priority.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, Khloe Kardashian is always game for a good time. I got inspired by all those model walks. Then a powerhouse performance by The War and Treat.
Friday at 2 on Coast TV.
Just about 5:12 on this brisk Friday morning. Yeah, look at Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk Plaza. Not many folks on the boardwalk. Building waves, 66 degrees. Look at that wind, northeast at 17, gusting even higher than that. Inland areas, you're looking at 50s right now, 57 in Seaford, 55 in Greenwood, and there's a breeze with that. So make sure you have that windbreaker out the door. Closer to the coast, we're in the 60s. And you can see the winds are lighter inland, but certainly stronger along the coast. So we'll be seeing gusts in excess of 30 miles per hour later on. And we're looking at clear skies with the outer clouds, the outer fringe of Hurricane Lee, now looking a little worse for wear, moving into colder water with 85-mile-per-hour winds. Bus stop forecast for the kids. Make sure they have a coat out the door. 60, breezy and cool, and heading home gorgeous, 73, breezy and mild.
This morning, Delaware State Police will continue to gather information following a dangerous day on the roads, especially in the Millsboro area. There was a serious traffic accident at the intersection of Indian Mission Road and the John J. Williams Highway. That's Route 24. Took place around 3:50 p.m. 2 vehicles were involved. You can see the damage here on your screen. It appears that an SUV T-boned a van. The Indian River Volunteer Fire Department Facebook page noted the possibility of one patient. Around that same time, another scary moment, again in Millsboro. This was the intersection of Route 113 and Route 24. This was an accident between a car and a motorcycle. You can see the crews on the scene here. Emergency personnel were on that scene for over an hour.
Tech giant Google has reached a $93 million settlement with the state of California in its tracking location case. The settlement resolves allegations that Google was collecting the data of consumers without their consent after a multi-year investigation. As part of the settlement, Google would have to be more transparent about its location tracking. A Google spokesperson said, consistent with improvements they've made in recent years, they've settled the matter, which was based on outdated product policies that they changed years ago. The Consumer Product Safety Commission has announced a recall of water beads activity kits after one infant died. They're sold exclusively by Target. About 52,000 of these Chuckle and Roar Ultimate Water Beads activity kits are being recalled as CPSC says they pose serious risk if accidentally ingested. When ingested, the bead grows in size, which can cause intestinal obstruction, resulting in discomfort, and again, in one case, the death of a child.
The break, Hurricane Lee making for dangerous surf conditions along our coast. What you need to know if you're planning on some beach time today.
And thanks to Lee and high pressure, it's a cool and breezy Friday morning and clear on our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam. 57 in Laurel, but we're watching distant Hurricane Lee kicking up the surf along the coast and dangerous rip currents as well. I'll break down the impacts and have the weekend forecast after the break.
At the Preston Automotive Group, we believe a coach can have an important impact on their players' lives. And that's why we teamed up with DSN to present the Coach Who Makes a Difference Award.
Coach in your community, Preston Automotive here will donate $500 to that community.
At the end of this year, we will choose 3 of these coaches and award their programs with additional donation.
If you want to nominate your coach, just go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com and click on the Features tab.
Delmarva Sports Network and the Preston Automotive Group, together highlighting coaches who make a difference in our community.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Salisbury. One weekend only. Waikamaco Civic Center. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age, featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground and a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. September 23rd and 24th. Waikamaco Civic Center. Tickets at dinosauradventure.com.
The new upscale OC Chopsticks Asian Bistro is the place to go for fresh, hand-selected ingredients used to create the most delicious Asian delicacies. Come dine in, have a drink, and let our skilled chefs prepare your authentic Thai, Chinese, and Japanese dishes. At OC Chopsticks, we take what was good and make it better. Sushi rolls, noodle soups, General Tso's chicken, you see where we're going. Anything made fresh is better. Serving lunch and dinner daily, located at the Ocean City Outlets. OC Chopsticks Asian Bistro, we stay fresh.
In 1948, my grandfather created JD Asphalt. Starting as a small contractor, he built his company by providing the highest quality work. 3 generations later, we're still focused on laying down the best pavements possible. Whether it's commercial or residential, we deliver personalized attention with every project, bringing an experienced crew and state-of-the-art equipment out to every job site. That way, we can deliver fast, premium results that last.
Call JD Asphalt now and ask about our 0% financing options.
It is 5:17 on your Friday morning. That's a live look at Ocean City on the Hershey Exteriors Cam. I do know it's a little breezy out there today.
I think we always look at that flag.
Yep.
It's way, with our shot today, it's way out there, but I think it is
It's moving.
moving with the wind, right?
On my way in today, the flags were moving in Milton and Rehoboth and Lewis. So.
Yeah, definitely breezy on the way in. Thinking about hitting the beach this afternoon, Bob, I probably should leave my board at home. I don't think I'm going to be riding any tasty waves today.
Oh, come on, Matt. As I mentioned yesterday, ride the tasty waves, and I'll take video of you and see how see how things work out. But yeah, no, on a serious note, you really want to be careful out there. If you are swimming, swim at a guarded beach. Swim with a buddy. That's a very good idea to do that, because it will be very rough this day into the weekend. And make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the CoastTV weather app. You can track the waves and the temperatures, all that good stuff. High surf advisory. Near shore, 4 to 8 foot waves. Offshore, 8 to 12 foot waves. Tracking Lee in the Atlantic, moving steadily north offshore. What that means for us is just some wind and rip currents, and they will be dangerous throughout the weekend. We've got the cool weather in place right now. You step outside, it certainly feels like fall. 56 Delmar, Salisbury 59. Redden 56, some cooler, 64 in Lewis. I should say a little milder, actually, a little milder along the coast as the Atlantic Ocean is warmer. We're seeing this north wind right now at around, let's say, 15 to 18 miles per hour along the coast and a little lighter inland, but it will be breezy all day. Latest wind gusts up to 23 in Rehoboth Beach right now, 27 in Ocean City. And I think along the coast, we will be gusting over 30 miles per hour at times later today. Clouds and radar looking at clear skies, but you can see the outer fringe clouds of Lee off to our east. Don't think they're going to make it on shore, but a big canopy of clouds here. I think some dry air is working in. We've got colder water kind of weakening Lee. 85 mile per hour Category 1 hurricane. Now moving north of 15. We've got high pressure off to the north and west, and that's a saving grace, and that will keep Lee offshore. About 500 mile wide of tropical storm force winds, and the rain will affect eastern New England. England, back up into Maine. And right now, it does look like landfall will be somewhere on into Nova Scotia. Here's our rip current outlook, and it's pretty high from Rehoboth, Lewis, all the way down to Ocean View and Ocean Pines as we go into the weekend. Essentially into Sunday as well, it's going to be rough. A high surf advisory as well. As I mentioned, 4 to 8 foot waves near shore, offshore, about 8 to 12. And you can see that on future waves as green color indicating the 4 to 8 footers, maybe 8 to 9, 10 feet. So surfers surfs up on into the Maryland shore, and then the 12-foot waves offshore, and then things will start to calm down as we go into Sunday. But there are those winds gusting over 30 along the coast. Then eventually they will start to shift to the northwest as Lee moves away. And Saturday morning still on the breezy side. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 75 today, 79 on Saturday. Look at that low. Ooh, fall crisp air, 55, and we're looking at Sunday 81. A slight chance of an afternoon shower, and we're looking at 77 on Monday with a few showers, and then 70s Tuesday through Thursday, a mix of sun and clouds. Richard Collins from East Newmarket, Maryland, is our umbrella winner today. Congratulations, Richard, on your brand new umbrella, courtesy of Paul Davis and Coast TV.
And a reminder, you can hear Coast TV news and weather updates throughout the day on our radio stations. Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3, 93.5 The Beach, and Big 107.7.
Happening today, we've just been talking about it. Severe rip current warnings are in place along our coast. This is due to Hurricane Lee. Rehoboth Beach lifeguards, they're not allowing people to go into the water above their knees.
It's actually worse than what it looks right now. A lot of the guards went out and tried it out. It's actually very dangerous.
And according to the Coast Guard, waves over the next few days could increase 10 to 12 feet. And even if you're an experienced swimmer, you do need to think before you go into the ocean.
Still to come this morning, aid for farmers trying to protect the soil in their off-season. What you need to know about how much money this program offers.
Festivals taking place all weekend long. I'm Mallory Metzner. I'll show you where and all the cool things to do.
Solo Cup Saturday night. It's an alternative country party with me, Jared, brought to you by Midshore Recycling Incorporated. Saturdays at 7 on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on WRDE.
Floors that slope, creak, bounce, or sag could indicate larger structural issues that might have extreme consequences. While a cheap fix may seem enticing, what you really need are engineered principles, guaranteed workmanship, and the best materials. And that all starts with a solid foundation. For a thorough inspection, a detailed scope of work, and a structural solution that'll stand the test of time, call FLC. For more information on FLC Energy, visit DelmarvaExperts.com.
Don't miss the Delaware Resort's Fall Home Expo at Cape Henlopen High School in Lewis, September 23rd and 24th. Admission is free. 100 exhibitors from throughout the Delaware region will present their products and services. Come see a wide array of new home products and service companies, bath and kitchen design, landscaping, outdoor and indoor designers, realtors, retirement advisors, all under one roof. Many of the exhibitors will be giving away gifts and prizes, and parking is free. Don't miss the free Fall Home Expo, September 23rd and 24th at Cape Henlopen High School in Lewis.
Fall is upon us, and this season brings beautiful meaning to Delmarva. However, some critters are now looking for a new home. At Bennett Termite, we are dedicated to navigating these challenges, no matter what the season. After all, for fall, who wants to deal with spiders and annoying crickets? So, while I always say my tagline, please know that I truly stand behind our services. We are a local, veteran-owned company that works hard to stand behind our mission.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, relate to those universal mom moments. Feast your eyes and your taste buds on the Tide Rooms at a shore resort. And the TikTok trend that's popping off, rainbow popcorn on the cob. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Season 2, September 18th.
The Sussex Conservation District recently approved funding for a cost-share cover crop program. That means up to $75,000 for farmers to plant cover crops to protect their soil in the off-season. The district says that this assistance comes as cover crops prove to be a more eco-friendly option. Brian Toll works on his family farm and says the program allows him to get more help during harvest season.
Very busy trying to get the crops out. Weather can play, havoc on trying to do that. So any help we can get, especially from the guys in the air, they can get in, apply, and it's very effective.
And if you are planning on applying for the cost share program, it is important to remember that those cover crop acres cannot be covered in manure until March 1st of 2024.
Well, we've been talking about the beach as we bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. Planning on sitting on the beach today. Great day for that. Swimming could be a different story.
Yeah, I'm all for the picture taking of the waves later today, kind of the sightseeing part of it, because being in the water will be dangerous. It's going to be an angry Atlantic Ocean. As we've been talking about, the rip current risk will be high. If you are stuck in a rip current, swim parallel to the beach and then turn in. UV index high, waves around 4 to 8 feet, lots of sunshine, 70s for Ocean City to Fenwick Island. And we're looking at maybe a little bit of a bumpy ferry ride from Lewis to Cape May with the building surf. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s, and Rehoboth Beach into the mid-70s. Maybe grab some of that Dramamine so you don't get seasick because of those waves today. Things calm down over the weekend. I'll have more in your forecast coming up.
Thanks, Bob. Hey, did I mention it's Friday?
I love hearing you say that.
Weekend is finally here. There are festivals, fairs, full of food and fun for everyone. You and I are going to be at one this weekend.
That's right. Yeah, we'll talk about that coming up. So CoastTV News anchor Mallory Metzner shows us the cool things to do.
Get a taste of what Southern Delaware has to offer this weekend at local events that celebrate food and culture. Delaware chefs will face off in a cooking competition at the Southern Delaware Food and Wine Festival while you enjoy creative cuisine from local restaurants. There are over 100 beverage options to wash it down with. It's all happening Saturday at the Nassau Valley Vineyards in Lewis from noon to 3:30. Festival Hispano is in its 26th year on Sunday. North Race Street will be the site for music and dances performed by local, national, and international groups, arts and crafts, and traditional food. Just a couple blocks away in the Georgetown Circle, a program will be held to celebrate Constitution Day, which is this Sunday. It starts at 3:55 p.m. Enjoy Brews and Ruse on Saturday at Barn Hill Preserve of Delaware. The Craft Beer Festival is hosted inside of the Zoological Park. Proceeds help wildlife in Costa Rica. Milford's largest outdoor festival has a beer garden, pet parade, street rod and custom car show, and more. All events begin 9 a.m. Saturday. Fireworks are at dusk. The Milton Garden Club's 22nd annual garden tour is this Sunday from 10 to 3. And Bike Fest 2023 is back in Ocean City through Sunday. American Legion Post 28 in Millsboro has a biker bash planned for Saturday. Millville is hosting a First Responders Day at Evans Park on Saturday. A cleanup is taking place in Seaford. Volunteers can pick up trash along Williams Pond and the Nanacoke River on Saturday from 9 to 11:30 a.m. A charity golf tournament at Mulligan's Golf Course in Georgetown on Saturday benefits Southern Delaware Therapeutic Riding. And the Worcester County Fair is happening all weekend long in Bird Park in Snow Hill. There will be a livestock shows, a bounce house, archery tag, a watermelon eating contest, and even more. For event schedules, tickets, and more, go to our website and click on the Cool Things to Do tab.
Brought to you by North Bay Marina, where boaters have the most fun.
Our goal at Expert Wire is to safely provide a wide range of quality electrical services. Our happiness guarantees ensure the highest standard of excellence. Guarantees like upfront pricing, 5-star team, 1-year risk-free, property protection, and your happiness guaranteed. Full details online at expertwire247.com or call Expert Wire at 844-350-WIRE. Remember, leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
The 11th Annual True Blue Jazz Festival is coming your way October 11th through 15th. The big bands, vocal divas, the virtuoso players like Camille Thurman and the Darryl Green Quartet, Bobby Sanabria's Multiverse Latin Jazz Big Band, Jerry Weldon, Terrell Stafford, Libby York, Paula Johns, the annual Big Band Jazz Marathon, ticketed and free concerts with great local and regional jazz acts in Rehoboth Beach and Lewis, Delaware for everyone. Make plans to be there at the 11th Annual True Blue Jazz Festival. Get your tickets now. See the complete schedule at truebluejazz.org.
Mackey's Bayside Bar and Grill, where life is good. Our open-air bar and restaurant with bayside dining and the best sunset view on the Eastern Shore is the place to be this summer. Mackey's is open every day during the season and features fresh seafood, chef-inspired specials, and an awesome happy hour. Visit Mackeys.com to check out our music schedule and upcoming events. Come hang out where life is good. Mackey's Bayside Bar and Grill, open all season long.
This is MJ Laughlin with IG Burton Chevrolet in Melford, Seaford, Lewis, and Berlin. It's truck season. Get 0% APR financing on 2023 Chevy Silverado trucks. We have over 100 in stock to choose from, all ready for immediate delivery. We also have low lease payments on our entire stock of Equinox, Blazer, and Trailblazer SUVs, like $259 per month on a new Chevy Equinox. Stop by any IG Burton Chevrolet location in Melford, Seaford, Lewis, or Berlin, or online at igburton.com. Nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
September 15th, 2023. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
We are approaching 5:31 on this Friday morning as we are ready to get that weekend vibe thing going.
That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah, me too.
The weekend vibes.
You were jamming to some tunes coming in.
That's right. And every commercial break, possibly. We'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Chahi. He joins us to help you prepare for your weekend because it's right around the corner, Bob.
It is. Good morning, Matt and Paige. Matt talking about tasty waves, Paige cranking up the tunes. It must be a Friday. Grab the windbreaker out the door. We've got clear skies, but it is breezy and cool out there. Here are the outer fringe clouds of Hurricane Lee. Hurricane Lee looking a little worse for wear, dragging in some drier air and moving over the colder water. Winds 85 miles per hour. So once again, the indirect effects of Lee here in Delaware and Maryland. It's cool out there. 55 in Redden and Greenwood, 57 in Seaford, 62 in Selbyville. We're looking at middle 60s along the coast, but it's feeling cooler because that breeze is picking up between high pressure to the north and Lee offshore. And look at this. We've got sustained winds of 26 at Indian River Inlet. Not as windy inland, but it will be breezy inland as well. And these temperatures will feel a little cooler because of the stronger winds, especially along the coast by noon. Lower 70s inland and 60s along the coast with the breeze. That is certainly jacket worthy. And then by mid-afternoon, looking at mid-70s inland and cooler and breezy along the coast. Your drivecast, green light to and from work, breezy and cool early on, and breezy and mild for your drive home.
All right, well, as we continue this morning, we have some breaking news. The United Auto Workers Union on strike against the big three automakers.
Yeah, today at midnight, the strike began with the workers taking to the streets in Michigan along with other states. The strikes are happening at a GM plant in Missouri, Ford's truck plant in Michigan, and a Stellantis plant in Ohio.
The strike against the big three comes after the union made ambitious demands in wages, benefits, and job protections for its members. All the automakers offering the union double-digit pay hikes. That was not enough to meet the demands by the end of the contract.
Yeah, in a statement on Friday, General Motors said it was disappointed but would continue to bargain in good faith with the union.
Delaware State Fire Marshal is still investigating a house fire in Georgetown. This happened yesterday morning on East Market Street. We now know one elderly person has died.
Yeah, when firefighters got to the home, you can see that on your screen. The fire company says they were able to rescue an 87-year-old and an 18-month-old. Fire Marshal says the 87-year-old victim was then later pronounced dead in an emergency room. The 18-month-old was flown to Nemours Children's Hospital in Wilmington and is in critical condition.
Fire Marshal says heavy fire damage estimated at $300,000. State fire investigators and detectives from the Georgetown Police Department are still working to determine a cause.
Well, happening today, it's the final day that you'll have to pay for summer season parking in several of our beach communities.
Yeah, we are going to take a look at which areas where you can park for free starting tomorrow.
So we're going to start in Rehoboth Beach. Meter parking ends at 10 p.m. All other parking on streets is done at
tonight in Dewey Beach.
In Bethany Beach tonight, you'll have to pay until 11 p.m. if you're parking from Hollywood Street to 1st Street, and until 8 p.m. in all other areas.
Fenwick Island's paid parking runs until midnight.
And in South Bethany, free parking begins after 5 p.m., so no need for the mobile parking app starting Saturday the 16th.
And we wanted to know which beach communities will have parking beyond this weekend. Here's what we found. Local summer will have to wait in Lewis. Paid beach parking lasts until the end of the month and even longer downtown. October 15th is the first day when parking is free there. You will have to pay to park in Ocean City streets until September 30th. After that, it dials back to Friday through Sunday until November 1st. That is the same policy for parking at the inlet.
A lot more news to get to, and don't go anywhere.
That's right, coming up, Spanish story time for children. The impact the new monthly event is having on the community. Also, welcome back to the Eagles offense. The Delmarva Sports Network recaps the epic homeowner win for the Birds last night and gives you a look ahead to what is in store for Friday Night Lights.
And bridge replacement, the update from Del Dot and Fenwick Island about the Route 54 bridge. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Party decor and more. The store that has all your party supply needs. Festive holiday decor, game day team supplies, balloons that are safe for the sky, announcing a special surprise, and of course, something for every birthday year that flies by. Party decor and more. The only party store at the beach. Midway Shopping Center in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware.
Michael Anderson of Anderson Wealth Management has the strategies you need to help plan your retirement. Catch Wise Money right here on WRDE.
At the Preston Automotive Group, we believe a coach can have an important impact on their players' lives. And that's why we teamed up with DSN to present the Coach Who Makes a Difference Award.
Coach in your community, Preston Automotive here will donate $500 to that community.
At the end of this year, we will choose 3 of these coaches and award their programs with additional donation.
If you want to nominate your coach, just go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com and click on the Features tab.
Delmarva Sports Network and the Preston Automotive Group, together highlighting coaches who make a difference in our community.
It's always a good time to protect and improve your home's value. At Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, our highly trained experts are dedicated to creating beautiful, durable floors at a fair, honest price. And most jobs are completed in just one day. Our multi-step process uses heavy-duty, high-precision equipment to create gorgeous floors that stand the test of time. 4 times stronger than epoxy and resistant to abrasions, chemicals, and UV damage. And all residential applications are backed by a lifetime warranty. Call to schedule your free estimate. Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, because quality matters.
Are you gonna kiss me all night? How it is, but I believe that's how it ought to be.
1039 and 1063. We're local, we're Coast Country, and we're Delmarva proud.
It is 5:37, this breezy and cool start to our Friday. Make sure you have the windbreaker. We're seeing the trees swaying along the coast. Ocean City, 66 on our dry tech cam, and the winds are gusty. Out of the northeast, 13 gusting much higher than that. And with that wind, it's feeling colder than the actual temperatures. 57 in Seaford, Greenwood 54, Georgetown 59, a little milder along the coast right now. But look at these winds sustained around 15 to 20 miles per hour along the coast, a little lighter inland, and we're seeing gusts at 24 in Rehoboth, 21 in Bethany Beach. So hang on to your hats there for sure. As we're looking at clear skies, we're seeing the outer fringe clouds of Lee offshore. I think they will stay there as Lee is chugging to the north and losing steam as he does so. Our boardwalk forecast, if you're checking out the big waves, be safe out there. Maybe just take pictures and stay away. Looking at temperatures in the 60s this morning, but feeling much cooler with the wind on Bethany Beach.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Fenwick Island Planning Commission is hosting a hybrid public session. If you have any questions on the Route 54 bridge replacement project, that bridge is located on Lighthouse Road. According to DelDOT and the town, the bridge is in poor condition due to its age and it needs improvement. The proposed work includes providing wider sidewalks for bicyclists and pedestrians and putting lighting along the sidewalks. The town will host a virtual and public session at Town Hall on September 21st at 9 a.m., but DelDOT says it is accepting public comment for improvement ideas until the 22nd.
Got a road work update to tell you about. This is in the Seaford area. DelDOT has extended lane closure hours at the bridge on Concord Pond Road for a bridge deck overlay. According to DelDOT, work for this project will start on September 25th. Work is expected to go through September 29th, and officials say drivers can expect lane closures with crews on site Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Welcome into sports this morning and welcome back the Philadelphia Eagles offense. The Birds put up 34 points in a shootout win over the Vikings. Justin Jefferson had over 150 yards receiving, but that fumble put the Birds offense in business. Jalen Hurts, 2 rushing scores, and even Jake Elliott got into the fun, knocking in this 61-yarder to tie his career high just before half. After the break, Devontae Smith adding to his total of 130 yards receiving with this big gainer, and the rushing attack got it done as well. DeAndre Swift, 175 yards in his Eagles home opener. It helps me you got the passing game working like that. Swift taking the Eagles RB1 roll by force. He scored his first touchdown in green as the Birds hang on to win it 34-28 and improve to 2-0 for the second straight year. And tonight on DSN, we've got some exciting action of our own. North Carolina looking to improve to 3-0 in the season for the first time since 2021. The Bulldogs, led by Zymir Smith, who ran for 5 scores in last year's playoff win over Easton. And the Warriors now take the trip to Ridgely, trying to bounce back from last week's 17-3 loss to Wahai. The Warriors are led by junior quarterback Mikey O'Connor, whose older brother Kevin was a first-team All-Bayside quarterback and linebacker a season ago. Kickoff from NCHS is set for 6, and our coverage begins with Down and Distance at 5 p.m. That'll do it for sports this morning. We'll see you there.
And here are a few viewing options that will get your nostalgia going, your mouth watering, and your eyes looking at the stars. David Daniel has all of that in today's Hollywood Minute.
Rain Man? Yeah, let's play some fun. Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise return to the big screen as Rain Man plays in theaters around the U.S. for its 35th anniversary. The drama, which won Oscars for Best Picture, Best Actor for Hoffman, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay, screens on Sunday, September 17th and Wednesday, September 20th. Check fathomevents.com for locations and showtimes.
A culinary heritage rooted in an ancient Mayan past.
Yo ya estoy lista para los tacos.
Blended with Spanish flavors that has evolved into a complex fusion that causes yours truly to enjoy it maybe a little too much.
Salud!
Season 12 of Patty's Mexican Table travels to Yucatan in southeastern Mexico, exploring how the state's cooks, artisans, and families carry on their Mayan heritage. The new season launches Friday on PBS.
I've wanted this for almost 30 years.
Ma, ¿por qué sirven las estrellas?
Every decision I've made with the space program in mind.
Michael Pena stars in A Million Miles Away, inspired by the true story of Jose Hernandez, who worked for decades to go from migrant farm worker to NASA flight engineer. The inspirational drama debuts Friday on Prime Video. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, ahead, the Lewis Public Library making Storytime more inclusive. We give you an inside look at this new monthly event.
It is a cool and breezy Friday morning. Here's our Gateway Subaru cam. Be a tough day to ride the Ferris wheel. It will be quite windy as we're seeing dangerous rip currents from distant Hurricane Lee and some big breaking waves as well. We'll talk about the impacts and a pretty decent weekend forecast coming up on CoastTV News. Stay tuned.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, WRDE, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
Fall's the time to give your lawn the attention it deserves. The cooler weather and optimal soil conditions make it the perfect time for overseeding and fertilizing. Visit Johnson's knowledgeable staff for proper steps using our lawn checklist to allow newly seeded grass to establish before the harsh winter arrives. Our grass seed is formulated for sandy soil on the eastern shore containing no inert matter. Also, don't forget to create your fall masterpiece at our Dunbar or grab supplies to feed your feathered friends. Johnson's Seed and Feed, your local team to keep your grass green.
Delaware Electric Cooperative works hard to keep trees trimmed near power lines. It's one reason why Co-op Power has never been more reliable. Our members also play a role in maintaining reliability and keeping our employees safe. When planting, please leave at least 10 feet of space in front of electrical equipment and at least 5 feet of space on the other 3 sides. Also, never plant trees near power lines. And before you dig, remember to call 811 to ensure underground lines are marked. Together, we can keep everyone safe.
It is 5:45 on this Friday morning. That's a live look on our Tidal Health camera. A couple people are up and about today, but no sun just yet. They're up early.
Yeah.
What are they doing up so early?
Maybe they need a coffee run before they head to work.
Yeah.
Hey, tonight, Friday night, high school football night. According to my son, I got some breaking news here. It is a construction worker type theme in the Cape Henlopen student section at the game tonight. I'm just passing along that key
I
information.
love that.
So tool belts and
Yeah, we were
hard
looking. I couldn't find much for him in my house. I'm not the most handy man.
That's cool, though.
You know, and Matt, you were talking about the football games and the wind tonight. Maybe no air assault, maybe a running game. Maybe that will be the plan, will be the running game as we go into the season, because we are looking at some breezy conditions courtesy of Hurricane Lee. Make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the CoastTV weather app. You can track your forecast hour by hour all across Delmarva and anywhere you are in the U.S. Here are the weather headlines. High surf advisory, waves 4 to 8 feet near shore, about 8 to 12 feet offshore. We are tracking Lee. He's beginning to weaken, and he's starting to pick up some steam, moving north now pretty quickly. And dangerous rip currents, we have them now, and that will last into the weekend. So we've been stressing to really stay out of the water if you can. If you do go in, swim where the beaches are guarded, and also swim with a buddy. That's very important. Temperatures out the door, windbreaker necessary. 59 Georgetown, 56 in Delmar, 62 Millsboro, Lewis 64, Bethany Beach at 65, but you can probably knock off a few degrees from the actual temperature because it feels like is much lower than that with the wind, sustained around 15 to 20 miles per hour from Rehoboth to Bethany Beach, a little lighter inland, and those gusts, well, up to 21 in Bethany Beach, gusting to 24 in Rehoboth, and I think we'll see gusts over 30 miles per hour right along the coast later on as Hurricane Lee bypasses us. And the clouds and radar, nothing to speak of right now. We're looking at clear skies. These are the outer fringe clouds of Hurricane Lee, which is still several hundred miles off of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. And you can see the eyes getting ragged and it's starting to expand. So we are seeing a weakening hurricane here. It's a Category 1, 85 mile per hour winds moving north at 15 miles per hour. We've got big high pressure over the top of us, and that continues to keep Lee out to sea. And it will continue as a Category 1 and then weaken. And now it looks like it's going to be making landfall somewhere around Halifax, Nova Scotia. But it's got a big rain and wind field, maybe rain as far west as eastern Long Island into Boston, Portland, Maine. Huge waves, maybe winds up to about 80 miles per hour. And then Lee starts to make its way through Canada into the weekend. Here's our rip current risk, and it is high from Lewis all the way down to Rehoboth, Ocean View, and into Maryland as well. Waves around 4 to 8 feet near shore, but much bigger offshore. You get into these tan colors, brownish colors, that's 8 to 12 feet, but that's well offshore. Near shore, it's about 4 to 8 feet, and then higher back through Ocean City. So maybe some of the surfers are migrating down to the Maryland shore for that. Slightly lower waves farther north, and then those waves will start to calm down a little bit as we go into the weekend. But those winds, yeah, in excess of 30 miles per hour along the coast, and then they slowly ease off with time by Saturday morning, turning to the northwest, but still pretty breezy. Your Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 75 today. Look at that cool overnight low, that crisp fall air, 55 Saturday morning, 79, lots of sunshine, gorgeous Saturday. Sunday, well, a few more clouds, maybe a late day shower, 81. Some of those showers continue into Monday, 77, then drier and pleasant Tuesday through Thursday.
The Lewis Public Library is launching a monthly children's story time in Spanish starting this Saturday. It's called the Colorín Colorado program. Each month will feature different stories read by Spanish-speaking educators, followed by a hands-on activity for children to explore. Telemundo Delmarva and Coast TV News reporter Ana Sofia Roman introduces us to some of the people behind this pilot program.
Aquí está la oruga que salió del huevo muy chiquitito.
Mauricio Salinas has been an educator for more than 30 years and is all hands on deck for the Colorín Colorado program.
We want to immerse our preschoolers to this language just in case, they want to proceed with their educational career and take classes in Spanish.
This is the kind of programming the Lewis Public Library wanted to present for a long time.
I just think this is a wonderful opportunity for our community to learn something about a new culture, to exchange something about their culture. I mean, this program really is for everybody, whether they are a native Spanish speaker or have never spoken Spanish. And it's just an opportunity for everyone to come together.
Salinas is looking forward to sharing his experiences as an immersion teacher.
I want to be hands-on with the community because I think together we can do many, many things.
An idea that started 2 years ago will very soon become a reality.
The stories and activities are geared toward pre-K through first grade students. However, all ages are welcome. The first session will take place this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. at the Lewis Public Library. In Lewis, Ana Sofia Roman, Coast TV News.
The Colorín Colorado program will be held one Saturday each month, and again, it starts this Saturday. You can visit WRDE.com for those dates.
Moving on to other news, the Blood Bank of Delmarva has announced a blood emergency, according to the blood bank page.
Go ahead, you can go.
Okay. Well, there we are. Okay. Well, it's currently experiencing dangerous low levels, serious subject here, of O positive, O negative, and B negative, and platelets, as well as an overall inventory well below optimal levels. Bank says there's no surplus in the nation's blood supply due to supplement centers that experience seasonal shortages, including all 5 donor centers. The organization encourages locals to schedule appointments on their website.
After the break this morning, a perfect medical match. We take a look at blood twins, one of whom has sickle cell disease, which is deadly without transfusions.
We're looking at a breezy and cool Friday with building seas and rip currents from distant Hurricane Lee. It's looking like a 50-50 weekend, with Saturday being the better of the 2 weekend days. I'll have the 10-day forecast coming up next.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, relate to those universal mom moments. Feast your eyes and your taste buds on the Tide Rooms at a shore resort. And the TikTok trend that's popping off, rainbow popcorn on the cob. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
Our goal at Expert Wire is to safely provide a wide range of quality electrical services. Our happiness guarantees ensure the highest standard of excellence. Guarantees like upfront pricing, 5-star team, 1-year risk-free, property protection, and your happiness guaranteed. Full details online at expertwire247.com or call Expert Wire at 844-350-WIRE. Remember, leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
When it comes to building your new home, don't settle for anything less than the best. Bay to Beach Builders is your trusted source for experience, quality, and design. Our team of experts work with you from start to finish to create your dream home. Expect an elevated customer experience with home visualizers, virtual home tours, and technology-inspired selections in our design studios. Visit one of our 2 convenient locations in Greenwood and Ocean View, or visit baytobeachbuilders.com. Your new home journey is a click away.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Popular dishes include the seafood stew and fresh oysters from the raw bar. Fish On's recently renovated event room and is the perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon.
Mark your calendars. The 2nd annual OC Adventure Fest is set for September 22nd to the 24th. National music acts like Don McLean, hunting, fishing, gun show, canine working dog exhibition, and more. There will be something for everyone. Come join the fun. For more information and to purchase your tickets now, go to ocadventurefest.com.
Have fun and enjoy Delmarva's Coast with Petey the Peacock, Coast TV's feathered friend and sharing joy coast-wide. Know where he's going to be next and get his free coloring book at peteythepeacock.com. Brought to you by Tidal Health.
Sickle cell disease, it affects 100,000 Americans whose blood cell shape resembles a crescent moon instead of being round and healthy. The defective cells don't carry oxygen, so patients must undergo blood transfusions.
Yeah, blood donors exist, but they must be a perfect match. They're called blood twins. Marty Salt introduces us to a young Pennsylvania dad who lives a full life thanks to one of those rare donors.
Malik Burrow was born with sickle cell disease. Both his parents were carriers.
The cells themselves are defective. They stretch into a sickle shape and they won't move through the blood vessels properly. They can't get through and deliver the oxygen.
Malik undergoes monthly blood transfusions which remove sickle cells and replace them with healthy red blood cells. His rare blood requires a perfect donor match known as blood twins.
Most people think of A, B, and O, and then they think whether you're positive or negative. Positive or negative means the D antigen, but there are many more red blood cell antigens than just those.
Dr. Erickson says all the blood variants would fill up a phone book, but each one of Malik's blood antigens must match those of his blood twin donor, or the body reacts.
A patient receiving a poorly matched blood unit would have a transfusion reaction, and they could be quite severe. It might induce hemolysis so that those red blood cells would start to pop and break apart.
Malik jokingly refers to the blood twin transfusion as his oil change, but it is terribly exhausting physically.
It's not like hard to where it's like I'll leave there and I'm like exhausted, you know, like mentally wise.
He's determined to set an example for his kids who carry the sickle cell trait to never, ever give up.
I try to make it as much normal as I can, because if I don't, then you can go down the mentally wrong spiral.
There's a blood twin for everybody, so we are looking for those twins to help our special patients.
Malik is one of the lucky ones who found a blood twin. I'm Marty Salt reporting.
It's 5:56 this morning. Time to check in with our coastal pet of the day, brought to you by Maggie's Pet Boutique.
And our final pet this week is adorable Frankie, who Paige just celebrated a birthday.
Happy birthday.
Little Frankie had a birthday on August 26th, a month ago.
Okay.
He's very energetic. You can always catch him with a smile on his face. Frankie loves making new friends. He lives in Selbyville, so happy belated birthday, Frankie.
That is a cute dog. Oh, happy birthday, Frankie. We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Keep sending us those adorable photos and tell us what makes them so special. Details, how to do that on your screen.
Email us at content@wrde.com, then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all of the pets we feature.
It's 5:57. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out your door.
And Bob, I'm playing it. This is a Joe Nichols day, sunny and 75.
Yeah, you like that song, don't you? Yeah, well, it's going to be a gorgeous day, but make sure you grab the windbreaker out the door because there is a chill to the air. We've got temperatures in the 50s, and then you add the breeze to that, and it's feeling cooler than that. But we are going to see full sunshine today. Temperatures warming through the 60s into the 70s, but temperatures below average. I'm expecting a high of 75. Your Paul Davis 10-day forecast, 79 on Saturday. Once again, big waves, rip currents from Lee. 55 to start the day, so lots of sunshine there. A few showers Sunday, a better chance for rain on Monday, and then it's just dry and pretty pleasant Tuesday through next Friday.
Coming up in our next hour, the UAW strike, it is on, just hours old, and the walkout is already making history. That story and more as Coast TV News Today continues.